Hello mountain bikers, and welcome back to your favorite gear show. With summer in full swing here in the Northern Hemisphere, hopefully you're out on the trails or in the bike park enjoying your season of shred and not stuck inside in front of some screen. But if you do have a little time to keep up with the latest and greatest in gear, we're happy that you're spending it here with us. We've got some fresh new apparel, grips and protection to talk you through today, but before we get into the reviews, time for our customary industry news roundup with a month in a minute. Let's dig in. OneUp has jumped into the mountain bike hub game with a no-nonsense approach that favors lightweight and high durability. Magura has launched the all-new Gustav Pro Brake, named after the company's illustrious founder and honoring its namesake with power and performance. 7IDP has dropped the Project 21 half-shell helmet, loaded with safety features and very well ventilated. Check out the review on our site if you want to learn more. RockShox had a busy month, introducing the all-new Charger 3.1 damper, a new Vivid coil and updates to the Super Deluxe. We had a good chat with the people at RockShox about it. The video is right here on the channel if you want to dig in. Formula introduced the Josh Bryceland Edition Selva fork, made to match Ratboy's hard-charging yet smooth riding style. DVO has updated their damper line with the new Prime, now featured on the Topaz Air and Jade X coil shocks. Deity is celebrating 20 years this year, and they're marking it with a whole range of new products. We've already reviewed the excellent Supervillain flat pedal on our site, and we'll have a little feature on them coming your way in the next Gear Show episode as well, so stay tuned for that. SRAM now makes a rocker paddle for their AXS pod shifters, making them feel a little bit more familiar to users of mechanical shifters. SRAM has also introduced a range extender for their Eagle powertrain e-bike motor systems. On their side, Shimano has released a race-specific firmware update for their EP801 motor, letting users enjoy developments brought about by their EDR race teams. Mavic has a new D-Max Park wheelset out, for all you rippers looking for an affordable wheelset that will take the abuse of the bike park this summer. To make sure you capture your bike park heroics in all their glory, Insta360 has updated their Go camera range with the introduction of the 3S, tiny but mighty. Specialized has dropped an alloy version of their much-lauded new Epic 8 called the Chisel, claimed to be the lightest full-suspension alloy cross-country bike in the world. If you need a burlier bike, Nolly has updated the Warden with the introduction of the Warden MX, a mullet bike intended for those heavy freeride lines. For the steel lovers, Starling is now making a mini-me version of the Murmur with 120mm of travel and speed-focused geometry. DT Swiss just launched the all-new 1200 series of carbon wheels. We've tested the EXC 1200 with excellent results. Head to our site to read the review for more. We've also just tested EXT's all-new Storia V4 with equally good results. Guess where you can find that review? Ion just dropped the Scrub Amp BAT line of apparel, developed with the Transition Factory World Cup team. And finally, the Fox PureView trail riding goggle is now available to the public. We reviewed it in last month's Gear Show, and we liked it. Whoa, that's a lot of hard charging gear. And speaking of charging hard, protection is not something you want to skimp on if you're out there going for it. Ion has just introduced their all-new Arcon LT knee guards, and they're remarkable in more ways than one. At the heart of the new Arcon LT, we find a protective pad developed by ReZero. At first glance, it's a viscoelastic pad like so many others, but with a twist. This one is biodegradable, said to dissolve in a landfill over a matter of a few years. Ion has also made it about 15% bigger than many other CE-certified pads, which translates to extra medial and lateral protection of the tibia head. The sleeve itself is made of a mix of recycled nylon and 4-way stretch cordura, all stitched up in Europe. The main pad extends quite far down the shin, and there's an auxiliary pad on top of the knee for a little extra protection in this area. Silicone grippers have been added to both hems, and there's an extra elastic strap behind the calf for extra retention. The top hem extends quite far up the leg, which also helps the guard hold on when things get agitated. The overall impression is solid, yet light and nimble. The Arcon LT runs true to size, if a little on the small side. In our experience, this is par for the course with Ion guards, something to take into account if you are between sizes. The Arcon provides a tight and secure fit without any notable hotspots or other discomfort. We were immediately struck by just how well these guards stay in place. The preformed shape works great on the bike, and the Arcons really do a good job of remaining where you place them. They are easy to pedal in, remarkably so for a guard with such a tight fit and with so much protection on offer. They don't really move around no matter what you get up to on the bike, and although we've not had any real crashes in them while testing, the main protective pad seems trustworthy, and the Level 2 CE certification comes with a promise that they will indeed do their job, even in a more demanding crash scenario. The quality of construction seems excellent, and although a certain focus was placed on breathability, Ion has still stuck with fairly sturdy fabrics, which bodes well for longevity. Overall, we are well pleased with this new guard from Ion. It now finds itself right in the top of the list of our favorite heavy-duty guards. If comfort and safety are high on your list of priorities, you should definitely consider them too. The fact that they may also be better for the environment is the cherry on the cake. New season means new apparel, and Troy Lee has been busy working on some new items to keep you feeling fresh and looking the part without breaking the bank. The Flowline Superlight Short is a minimalist short that nevertheless features technical fabrics for comfort on the bike. The short is made from a stretchy, blue-signed approved fabric and sports elastic waist adjusters and a zippered fly. There are silicone prints inside the waistband to minimize any slippage. For storing cargo, you get 2 large open pockets and a smaller zippered pocket that should fit most phones. In action, the Flowline Superlight is very comfortable. Thanks to the relaxed fit and the stretchy fabrics, you'll pretty much forget you're wearing it. Definitely a good choice when it's hot outside. If you are usually between sizes, you can probably go for the smaller one, as the elastic waistband has the ability to accommodate any little excesses. The inseam is quite short, and we think it looks better without knee pads. It's not the most heavy-duty short anyway, so that's quite coherent with the design brief. The Flowline short sleeve jersey pairs up nicely with the Flowline short. It's made from a breathable fabric with a somewhat glossy finish, more reminiscent of a classic MTB jersey than any of the newer dry release type of fabrics. There are not many extra features on this jersey, but you do get a soft patch inside the hem made for wiping glasses and goggles. The cut is relaxed, and there's a small silicone patch along the lower front side of the jersey that is made to help the jersey stay tucked into your short or pant, if that's how you roll. The Flowline jersey is super comfortable in action and stays cool in all but the hottest of temperatures. If you really sweat a lot, this kind of fabric does tend to get a bit soaked, but that's really only an issue if it's really warm where you ride. To complete your Flowline kit, check out the new Flowline glove. It's an all-round glove with a fairly sturdy palm area mated to a stretchy and breathable upper. There are ventilation holes all across the palm area, and touchscreen-friendly stitching on the thumb and index finger is there to make sure you never miss a shareable moment when you're out and about. The fit is fairly relaxed, certainly on the larger size of each size. The palm material is quite sturdy, which means these are not the most tactile gloves in the world, but they do put up with wear and tear quite well, which should provide for good longevity. There's even a reinforced patch inside the thumb area to help prevent any tearing here. The pre-curved shape feels good on the bars, and we experienced no discomfort even during longer rides. Fresh gear is always nice, and since we were just talking about gloves, how about some fresh grips from Peaty's to lay those mitts on? Looking over the feature list of the new Monarch grips, we couldn't help but be impressed by the attention to detail. The 20A rubber durometer was chosen carefully to provide just the right mix of stickiness, support and durability, and there are 2 different types of patterns and 2 thicknesses to choose from. The thumb benefits from its own padding, a zigzag rib pattern that is said to provide a good mix of comfort and support. For the main palm area, there's a ribbed version or a diamond knurl version, and you'll find a row of finger bars cut into the back of both of them. By making the grips thinner around the back, more rubber could be added to the top of the grips to provide more cushioning in the palm area. The grips are also tapered, growing progressively thicker towards the outside, with a flange on the inside for extra support. The lock rings come in a choice of 2 colors, and the grip body itself is available in 5 colors. On the trail, the compound is grippy and comfortable, neither too soft nor too harsh. We ended up preferring the more direct feel of the diamond knurl pattern, which provides a more instant connection and more precision in action. The ribbed grip feels softer under the palm, but the ribs can end up flopping around a little under pressure, which can create a sensation of vagueness between your hand and the grip. Peaty's has chosen a relatively shallow rib pattern, which minimizes this floating effect compared to some other ribbed grips, but it's still there to a certain degree. Both grips offer enough comfort for all-day rides, the soft compound doing a good job of cancelling out vibrations and damping impacts. The tapered shape also feels good under your hands. The elaborate patterns provide a ton of traction, but they can also make themselves felt over the course of longer rides in rough terrain. Definitely a grip to consider, where outright performance is at the top of the selection criteria. Okay then, that's the end of the show. We hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for taking the time to tune in. As always, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. And until next time, happy trails.